Hi guys, I'm Christina Garnett and I am the Marketing Director for the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch us live, or if you're watching this on playback, thank you so much for joining us. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of the updates that Google has. Now Google is very interesting. They have a different modus operandi than Facebook, where Facebook tends to launch everything and publicize everything, and Google tends to be a bit more secretive. They kind of let things exist knowing that there's going to be some Google nerds out there like myself that are going to be searching and looking for updates. So there are three major product launches that have happened recently, maybe not yesterday or this week, but fairly recently that you may not have heard of yet. So I want to kind of go over those. So the first is going to be Primer. Primer is actually a really cool app. If you're watching this, if you're a fan of us and you have questions about marketing, you just want to learn a little bit more about marketing, I would highly recommend downloading the Primer app. It is available for Android as well as iOS, and it is completely free. And what it offers is basically little nuggets of information, so basically like a tiny mini lesson every day, so that you can gradually over time learn about marketing strategies. So if you've gone to a couple of our classes and you'd like to input a little bit more of that into your current marketing strategy, or you just want to learn from scratch, or you have a degree in marketing and just want to kind of see if Google feels the same way about marketing as you do, I really recommend it. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to little bit by little bit kind of chip away at what are the key focuses that you need to think about when it comes to marketing. And I downloaded it to kind of see where it started from, and the first thing it started with is, the first thing it discussed was storytelling, which obviously good marketing is all about telling your story. So it's very much a good jumping off point. So Primer, Primer, and that is from Google, Android, available for Android as well as iOS, completely free. The second is Optimize. This was in beta last fall, to be precise, and basically what it does is it works with your Google Analytics for your website, and it will allow you to be able to create A/B testing for your website. So what is A/B testing? So when a lot of people think about marketing, they think about making graphics and making the story out there and getting things out there into the public, but you also have to test and see what is working and what's not working. And A/B testing is essentially where you create two different experiments or two different versions of something, a type A, a type B, and you put them both out into the landscape. You put them both into the universe, and you see which one gives you the strongest results based on what your goals are. So does one lead to more conversions, or does one lead to a consumer spending more time on that part of the website, anything like that. So what Optimize is going to let you do, it's going to allow you to do a WYSIWYG version of your website. So WYSIWYG just stands for what you see is what you get. So we're talking click and drag. So you are able to go in there and manipulate your website without having to recode it. So if you're in WordPress or anything like that, you're not going to have to worry about having to recode every time you want to do an experiment version of one of your pages on your website. It's able to work through and see your Google Analytics data and go from there to see what you need to optimize, what needs work. So with your Google Analytics, it's going to be able to tell you how people are seeing it, if they're seeing it through desktop, through mobile, if they're seeing it Android, iOS. It's going to tell you what browser they're using. It's going to tell you how many unique visitors you're getting on your site. It's going to show you how many people are seeing each page. So you might have really great content on like the third or fourth page of your website. But if you look at your Google Analytics and no one's looking at that page, then it doesn't matter how good the content is. They're not getting there. So in thinking about that and using Optimize, it's going to be able to give you an option for that. Now, Optimize is specifically made for small to mid-sized businesses, and it is free. If you need more of the intense option, they do have Optimize 360, which is for larger companies and for companies that want basically every kind of bell and whistle to be able to optimize thoroughly. And that does have a price. And when you go to the Google page for that, it's going to specifically give you a CTA. It's going to give you a button to speak to a salesperson, because they are going to go through kind of the caveats of having that 360 program, as well as kind of the benefits of choosing that over the traditional Optimize. So I really love that. I love that there is a free option, and as you probably know, Google does a lot of free options when they can, and then more of a scaled up version for pay. The other thing to think about is if you have a business with an online store, you do online business e-commerce, then you've probably heard of Google Trusted Stores. It creates a badge for your company. So it's basically saying these people are not scam artists. These people have good reviews. You're not going to get scammed if you buy from here, things of that nature. Well, they have actually gotten rid of that program. They've changed it quite significantly, and they've resent it. They've reopened it essentially as customer reviews. So the Google Customer Reviews program basically is going to work very similarly. However, it is kind of piggybacking off of what Amazon has been doing the past couple of years. They've been trying to get rid of the fake reviews. So for better or for worse, the people who didn't buy anything but said it was amazing, as well as the people who just don't like the company or doesn't like something about the company and they send a bad review. For the Google customer reviews, they're going to have to specifically verify that you did indeed buy something from that company, and then that is what your review is for. So it does kind of protect the company, and at the same time, it also protects the consumer so that you're able to really have a voice and they know to take you seriously if you did buy a product. So like I said, this does go into effect for businesses that already were on the Trusted Stores site. If you were in the Trusted Stores program, your information has already been integrated into the new system. So you don't need to worry about doing anything there. And like I said, it is specifically for online businesses, for businesses who do e-commerce. They do have regular Google reviews, and that is what you would see for brick and mortar and traditional retail and other store shops. So there's those. And for another one, just to kind of give you something extra, there's also Attribution 360. So Attribution is it is a paid service that they offer with Google, but the thing that's really cool about it is, let's say that you have a lot of marketing, you have a lot of money for ad spend, but you don't know what's working and what's not, and you can run all these different reports and kind of see what's going on, but it's really hard for you to be able to adjust and make sure and kind of play and see what's going to give you the strongest ROI. So that is where Attribution 360 comes in. How that's going to work is it's going to look at all your data, it's going to look at all the marketing spend that you're having, and it's going to show you what is giving you the strongest return. Where are you seeing conversions? Are you seeing conversions through AdWords? Are you seeing conversions through Facebook? Are you seeing conversions on your website? Where is the money going and what is giving you return? So if you're thinking about lowering your marketing budget or just essentially reallocating to try to figure out where it's going to be better spent, I would really recommend looking at Attribution 360 and seeing kind of where that's at. And once again, anytime you see a 360 for Google, you should probably assume that it is going to be paid, it'll be invoiced monthly, and you will need to speak to a salesperson in order to get that set up. So that is all I have for today. I do want to remind you guys, if you haven't already seen on our social media posts, we are going to be partnering with Google for Small Business Week, which is going to be the first week of May. So for that week, April 30th through the end of that, through Friday, what we're going to be offering is we are going to offer a free Google class here in the building. It's going to be on how to promote your business using AdWords Express. So if you would like to come join us, we would love to have you. We're going to have some Google swag, which I'm very excited about. And all we ask is that you bring your laptop so that you'll be able to do some in-house exercises with us to make sure that your Google AdWords Express is set up, and also do practice ads so that you'll be able to make sure that when you are running your AdWords Express campaigns, that they're going to be in the format that Google likes, that are going to be the strongest performing. So that will be May 2nd. It's only going to be an hour class from 5 to 6, so just leave work about 10 minutes early. Head our way into downtown Roanoke. We would love to have you. So please stay tuned for future updates on that. And just wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors. If you've ever wondered why we were able to give free counseling as well as extremely inexpensive workshops usually range about $20 per, it is thanks to these guys. Our sponsors are the main reason why we are able to create such fantastic opportunities and resources for the many businesses and entrepreneurs in our region. So special thanks to them. If you see them, anyone that works for these businesses, thank them and let them know that we appreciate their support. So that is all I have for you today, and thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're watching it live or on the playback, and I will see you next week. Goodbye, Roanoke.